Hey, paper lovers. It's Bess here from Lights Planner Action, and I am ready for our very first Plan With Me of 2026. Now, to be honest, I don't do a lot of Plan With Me videos, but I thought it would be good to kick off the year, show you what I'm working with, what my planner layout looks like. I actually, unlike most people, am not starting a new planner for the new year. I am actually just adding more of the same to my current setup because I don't think January means you have to change everything, okay? And if what's working for you works, don't break it if it ain't broke, right? Don't break it if it ain't broke. No, don't fix it if it ain't broke. Anyways, I am sticking with this insert here. This is called the Marie, and Marie is actually available with back-to-back weeks or the graph pages in between. I obviously like it with the graph pages in between, but you of course can order it both ways. Now for stickers, I am using this really cute journaling kit that we got at Chicago Planner Conference from Scribbled Prints Co. I haven't actually used their kits in a really long time. I feel like the last 2 times I got their kits at an event, they were glossy, and I do not usually use glossy stickers. So seeing a matte sticker kit in our swag bag was pretty exciting, and I really love these date covers. So I'm excited to use those to get my week started. You can see here, I have modified this insert to start on Tuesday. The version online that you can purchase starts on Monday, but I don't work Mondays, so my week starts on Tuesday, so hence I have customized mine. But I'm still going to use these date covers anyways because they're really cute. I am a sucker for a handwritten font time and time again, so I'm a big fan of this font. And I love the colorway of this kit. It's very calming, very January vibe coded, and I'm really excited to use it. So you're going to see me add minimal stickers to this spread. This is my work planner, so I can't do too many stickers because 1, it would take up too much space and I actually have quite a lot to do this week, but 2, that tends to overwhelm me and make the act of using my planner non-existent. So what I have found over the course of like the last 2 to 3 years of using this planner is that date covers and a couple little bits of decorative elements are really all I need to make my planner exciting to look at, but still super duper functional, which for me is the number one thing. If my planner is not functional, why am I even going to use it? I'm not. So I have to make sure that that is the top priority anytime I'm playing with stickers in my work planner. And I'm definitely not this precious about stickers in my journals and memory keepers. But like I said, where you are really concerned about the functionality of your work planner, I try to keep it really minimal. So you're just going to see me kind of adding some of these rip tears here and there, and also highlighting some of the events that I know I have coming up this week. Now, technically, we're in our 3rd week of January, which is crazy to say out loud. And I am just finally getting caught up post holidays. Obviously, I got really backed up with orders after Gold Friday, and then Chicago happened, and then Christmas happened, and then I was sick. So there was just like a lot of catch up to do. And I'm finally at that place where I feel like I can get back into some of my routines and get back on track for what I was doing before things got super duper chaotic. And in that case, I was doing a bunch of batching. So prior to getting overwhelmed with orders, I was doing all of my social media and video content on Tuesdays. Wednesday, I was making it my production day. So it was balls to the wall, printing, cutting, just producing, like actually physically making products. Thursday, I like to save for finances first and foremost, and then any additional production that needs to be done can get finished on Thursday. Friday, I like to make sure that the shop is looking good for the weekend, because if people are going to come into my shop, and listen, they don't come in very often, but if they do, it is going to be on the weekend. So I like for my shop to be looking its best on Friday and Saturday. So I'll usually bust out the vacuum. I will rejig some of my inserts in the shop to make sure that the most current inserts are what's top of mind, and face level. There is some strategy in what you put on the lower shelves versus the top shelves when it comes to merchandising and selling in a physical space. So that is something that I've been playing with and really getting into on Friday. And then Saturdays I reserve for more production and hopefully people being in the shop. And if people are in the shop, I'm not doing anything productive. Let's be so for real. If someone's in my shop, I am hanging out with them. We're chatting, we're talking about planners. We might even be using our planners, but I'm not usually getting a lot of work done when people come in on Saturdays. So those tend to be my favorite days of the week, but don't tell my boss, okay? She would not be happy to know that my favorite day of the week is when I get to do nothing. Hi, it's me. I'm also the boss. Anyways, you can see we are looking pretty good here. This kit came with some really fun washi strips, and tends to be the case that washi strips, when they're given for kits, tend to be like way too thick for my planner. So I just cut that in half, and that allowed me to use it on both sides of the week instead of just one. And like I said, I am going to use some of these scribbles to highlight things that I need to get done this week. So on Tuesday, the dog has a groomer appointment, so I'm going to call that out. And Monday, you won't believe this, but I've moved into a new place. Our trash comes on Mondays, and since moving in December, we have not been able to successfully get our trash out on time even once. So I am highlighting the heck out of it this week in my planner, and hopefully that means we're not going to miss it, because it's really getting annoying having to drag our actual trash to a place that accepts trash when they could be just picking it up weekly on the curb. So we're not going to forget that this week, okay, Bess? Okay. And now time for a pen test. I actually don't remember what color ink I have in this pen here, so let's test her out. Yeah, just what I thought. It's kind of like a brownish beige color, which does tend to be one of my favorite colors to put in my fountain pens, because it is a very ambidextrous color, meaning it goes with a lot of things. But I kind of think we can do better than this. So I am reaching in my fountain pen bag and finding a different pen that is already loaded with this gorgeous burgundy purple ink that I think goes way better with this kit. Now, some people might think that you need to only ever write with black ink, but I do think, especially once you get into fountain pens, the color of your ink actually is a whole lot more exciting if you step outside of that black box. So I am excited to be using this kind of purplish color to write in my planner, and because it is a ring planner, I'm going to take my inserts out. Yes, I do. This is one of the strongest selling points, I think, when it comes to rings, is that you can actually take the pages out when you want to write on them, which doesn't always happen. Like sometimes I will just write on it within the ring planner, but when I am setting my planner up and it's the beginning of the week, I definitely take it out and take my time getting everything organized and looking really good. This is a broad tip Cavaco fountain pen, so it is extra juicy. It's got a really nice, thick, bold line, and I just think it looks really slick. All of my pens have a broad tip if I can help it. Not every pen comes with a broad tip. Like sometimes they don't make them in broad, but if it does, believe me, I have purchased the broad tip because I like it nice, thick, and juicy. So find that juicy double. So I am just going to write in the things down at the bottom that I need to get done this week. This is things that I need to get done over the course of the week. So I put them all into these boxes down below. I won't know what I'm going to need to shop for until I've actually done my inventory. So I'm going to leave that box blank, and I'm just going to jot in that today is Ellie's groomer visit, and also that our trash is being picked up on Monday, and I really need to not freaking forget it. Okay, I can't say enough how much that needs to happen. Okay, next up in my home bucket, when I get to laundry, I'm going to give myself 4 dots to accomplish because I actually have 4 loads that need to get done. So yeah, there's a lot of laundry that's been backing up. Similarly, I have to finish painting. I also need to water the plants. And there are a couple people that I need to follow up this week with an email or a text. So I'm going to jot that down. Now I can actually think about what I want to accomplish today. As I said, Tuesdays are my social media and content days. So it's going to be heavy on social media, but I do have some time today where I would like to clean my office so it's a little less stressful in here. And also, I'm going to be working on a blog today. So got that all on my to-do list, and down in this box here is where I jot down what types of social media that I am posting for the day. So I have a whole key system. Each icon means something different. The heart is a video or a story. The arrow is a YouTube video, and the dot is usually a post on Instagram. So I've only got today figured out. I don't like to get too far ahead of myself. You know, we are potentially headed for a world war. So like, how far ahead can you really plan? So I'm just going to leave it at Tuesday, and I will continue to delegate up those tasks from my work box into the rest of the days of my week, so that by the time we've hit Saturday, everything in that work box is done because I have delegated it onto one of the days of the week that I am actually in the office. So there she is, my very first planner setup for 20. Wow, I almost said 2016. What year is it in your head, Bess? 2026. Goodness. Okay, if you liked this video and you like me talking at you, definitely go ahead, give me a like on this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And drop me a comment. Let me know if you are changing things up for 2026, or if you are also, just like me, rocking the same old, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. See, I said it right that time. Yay, okay. With that said, have a fantastic day. Stay light, stay bright, friends. I'll catch you later. Bye.